Hello, everyone. How are we doing? How are you guys?
Great.
Good.
Great. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming in. I guess we'll just get started and ask what you do. What do you do around St. Augustine? What are your favorite things to do, especially related to your career, and just your artistry in general?
Go
You want
ahead.
to go? You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies first.
So I started here. We've been here since 2008, and right from an early standpoint, we got involved with the Limelight Theater and developed just a very close relationship with them. I mean, it grew throughout the years. They've gone through a lot of changes. I actually just got put on the board of directors, so it's kind of a new role for me, but I just believe in what the theater's doing. I think it's really good. And they're getting bigger. There's a lot of room for growth. The kids programs are, they want to keep, growing that and making it bigger and better. And we've also got some aspirations to move into more of a regional theater status. We're not going to get rid of the community. It's, that mission is, that's still important to everybody. But we also want to, have a portion of the theater that maybe takes that next step and does pays our actors and because it's normally just all volunteer. But there's some obvious limitations with when you're doing it strictly that way. So I'm just really excited to see where it goes.
That's amazing. I love that you are including not only the regional community, but trying to get that outreach for sure. Something that St. Augustine is really looking for especially in the acting community. What about you, Jessica?
So I'm from New York, and I've been performing my whole life. And he wasn't, but I met him at JU when I was studying musical theater. And he got jealous, so I got him into the whole theater scene.
Yeah, I actually started out as a musician. I thought I was in one of the Marine bands. I played bassoon and thought that's what I was going to do for a living, and that didn't pan out. And
But then we got to be in the orchestra together.
We met in the orchestra at
Yeah.
JU, which sadly doesn't exist anymore. I'm sure you guys heard
yeah.
that whole story about JU. We're still upset about that. Our oldest or middle boy is one of the last people to graduate from JU with a music degree because they just axed it, and I think that's a huge travesty. But anyway, I just I sort of gave the bassoon up and needed another artistic outlet, and she just pushed me. Hey, why don't you just audition for a show? And found a really great voice teacher who's one of my best friends now.
Matt
and,
Morgan.
yeah, he's the best. He's I think he's head of the musical theater department at UF, and can't say more about switching to this path.
Well, what the love story, in my opinion. And I'm glad that you get to share that love on stage, too. Have you guys done any productions together?
A lot, yeah.
A lot?
Yeah.
Do you have any recent?
When we did Little Miss Sunshine, we were the husband and wife.
Yep.
In that one. That was recently.
That was
at
pretty
the Limelight.
intense. Drowsy was the last one.
Oh,
that
we did
as
Drowsy
well.
Chaperone, and we were also, it was about us getting married.
Oh.
So husband and wife,
Yeah.
I got to see that play. It was amazing. Their whole family was
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
part of the
really?
cast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you said that your son was in musical theater at JU, yeah?
Well, no, he's a great trumpet player and ended up going music business, and now he writes shows. So he did, Ridgeview High School and Middleburg High School. He wrote both of their marching shows, or at least like the Wind Book this year. He sort of apprenticed under Chris Creswell, who is the director of bands, or was at JU. And he's got a big company where he writes marching shows, and so Gavin's really trying to go that route now. So
Gavin Alexander for
Yeah.
all your marching show needs.
yeah, just got a new website. Yeah,
Perfect. Promote the boy.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
yeah. I'm very proud of him.
So let me ask you guys a question. So, what inclines you to become, let's say, an actor? Let's say go back a time machine. What did you see on screen or in the theater that determined for you? Guess what? I should give this a shot. Maybe I should try this. Yeah.
Well, I have to mention also to plug our upcoming show. I had an experience when we, I wasn't a big musical theater person, and obviously she brought me into it, and I turned to really love it. But we saw a production of the original cast of Next to Normal in New York. It's a
Great show.
great show. A lot of commentary on mental illness, and it's basically a severely bipolar housewife that the effect that her mental illness has on her life and her family's, and I believe the score won a Tony for best score. I had an experience for a variety of reasons, and I just always said, you know what, I need to play this role one day. You know, there was a production of it that was really good in Jacksonville, probably, but that was like 2010. It's been like 15 years, and because of my relationship with the executive director of the Limelight, her name's Sherry Provence. She's a wonderful, wonderful person, and sort of our steward as far as this thing with the theater goes. You know, and I just made my shot. You know, and I said, Sherry, this hasn't been done in a long time. What do you think about? Because I don't know if they've ever done anything like this. I said, what if I just produce the show and I want full creative control and you know, I was just going to take a chance and just make it happen. Well, we've worked with her quite a bit, and obviously she trusts us because she said yes. So it's going to happen next August. Like we've applied, we have the rights in hand, and that's all I can think about. I
That
mean,
is so exciting.
It's risky, and you know, but it's just going to be really, really. It's going to be at the Limelight. You know, we're kind of like renting their space, and they're going to give us a ton of support too. But yeah, I just can't wait to tell that story, and super, super excited.
And we can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
And how about you, Jessica? How did you get started in your line of business, whichever that is, whatever you want to do for the day?
It's all I've ever done. Just videos of when I'm a little girl. I'm just doing a tap dance and just like, look at me, just like performing. It just came natural to me. It's what I never remember not doing that. So yeah, that's what I always put all of my effort into, performing in the arts.
Were there any, you know, idols or early influences for you that kind of brought you really to solidify that this is what you wanted to do with your career and your life?
I used to watch Judy Garland, like the old movies, a lot.
Wow. Yeah.
Amazing.
Because her voice is just...
I have to say, I do love Liza Minnelli, maybe just a
Which-
tiny bit more.
Well, same
But-
same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Same family.
Let's see. So what were your biggest challenges, maybe now or just going along your career path? Especially you talked about, you know, shifting gears a little bit, going from a musician to an actor. What are some of those challenges that you faced when you were pursuing acting, and how did that change you and how you go about being an actor?
Yeah. Well, so I guess for me, you know, I have the luxury of I don't act for a living, you know, so we need, you know, the arts in general, and we need people out there, obviously, that do it for a living. That's why we get all this great work, right? But it was also, you know, I sort of had to face the fact that when it came to being a musician, you know, and I had a teacher that I saw how hard he worked, how talented he was, and this was in San Diego, and how much he still struggled, you know? And so I just said, you know, am I going to still love this when I'm struggling all the time to make a living, and is the fire burning that bright? And the answer that I had was no, right? So coming back into it now, I love that most of the art that I do is just, I'm not looking to make money. I do it because I love it and because I want to do it. And it allows me the flexibility to really pick the people that I want to work with and choose the projects that I want to work with. And I just feel incredibly fortunate for that, because not everybody has that ability or has that luxury, you know? So I guess that's the biggest challenge, is figuring out, you know, like, how do I make this work when it's not all that you do? And, you know, and I think ultimately the answer to that is it worked out sort of perfectly, because I love the position I'm in right now and the options that's open for me. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Did you ever have like a aha moment really specifically of like, this is what I want to do? Or at least, I mean, you bring up your next to normal, you know, aspiration. Was that maybe your like aha moment of something that just kind of led you into that direction?
You know, for me, theater has this transformative capacity and ability to heal. And, you know, there's just been times in performances that you see in shows that touch you in a way that it's hard to explain, you know, it touches your soul, right? And I've had multiples of those experiences, you know, and it's become so important to me, just, you know, art in general. And I think theater can do things and answer questions for people in a way that nothing else can. And so I think having that there to talk about difficult issues and to maybe get people in the house watching a show
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You can broach topics that you'd probably never be able to broach on Facebook, or you know what I mean, and maybe touch them in a way or
It
communicate.
gets that conversation going for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's just so incredibly powerful. And I think with particularly, obviously, where the world is, and particularly this country right now, like man, we need theater more than ever.
Especially if you're not open to hearing other opinions. If you're
Right.
watching a movie or watching a show,
Exactly.
you're going to get that information that way.
Oh, for
Sometimes
sure.
those
Which is-
fictional stories are reflections of who we are, what we do. So in a way, I agree 100% with that. When you see something or you're exposed to a story that
Yeah.
normally you would not encounter in everyday life, it
Yeah.
transforms you. It leaves a piece of that spark in you.
So many people are in an echo chamber all the time, you know, on
Oh, for
Facebook
sure.
or whatever,
That's for sure.
and they're just like,
Or just the humdrum of every day, doing the same thing, going to work and, getting in a car, driving,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. So
It really
kinda
takes you
snaps them
to a
out of it.
different world for sure.
It has to,
yeah.
yeah, for
And
sure.
and that's one of
Absolutely.
my favorite things of I mean even musicals or plays, whatever it is, actually seeing humans on stage instead of just through a screen. It almost humanizes those kind of, I mean, not only, the passion that people have where, you're going on stage giving it your all, but truly just like bringing people to, we all can feel this at a certain time or a certain moment. We can see ourselves in whatever is on that stage. And that makes it relatable for people. And that relatability also makes it more digestible to talk about those bigger issues and, open the
absolutely.
conversation for sure. If knowing what you know now, especially with the impact that theater has on you and the community, is there anything that you would want to tell your younger self? Just, maybe a piece of advice or, just how much you love what you do now. Don't do anything differently.
I think the only advice that I would give myself is, just trust yourself. I think, like really, we grow up, and particularly it's worse now with social media and all that, and people questioning themselves and trying to live up to a standard or what we're supposed to do or what our family wants us to do or what society wants us to do, And I think the older I get, the more I just learn to listen to myself, right? And just trust what I'm feeling. And I would tell my younger self, hey, just be open. Just trust the process, like whatever you believe in, the universe or God or whatever, whatever your who you pray to, trust that it's going to work out and just listen to the signs and life leads us in a different direction sometimes and it's for our benefit, don't fight it, like it's never good or bad unless you say it is, and just
especially
trust it.
nowadays with the younger generations comparing themselves to other people versus referencing themselves like what am I in this world versus I'm not like this person or I'm different from this person. And they're in that constant state of comparison versus just being.
Yeah,
Right.
that's one of the main reasons why I think the educational programs are so important right now too, right? Getting
Absolutely.
kids off of their phones and bringing them together and learning. I mean, that's when you look at the kids that study music or theater or any of that stuff, they invariably do way better at academics. And, it really, we need that so badly right now because I'm afraid it's only going to get worse. I mean, there's a lot of good things to it, but I'm convinced that social media is also like probably one of the worst things that's ever happened to humankind,
Or at least the arts.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitively.
and just brain development, how these kids grow up, and you know what I mean. I can't understand it because I grew up before all that happened, but I know it's a real problem, and I don't know that it's going to get better unless we really like step in and try to push the things that can maybe help it.
And we thank you for opening up those opportunities for children for sure, at least in the St. Augustine community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jessica, did you have any advice to maybe give to your younger self?
The only thing I can think is maybe surrounding yourself with people who are better than you.
Definitely.
Constantly upping your game by doing that, like with the voice lessons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mom likes to say you should never be the smartest person in the room.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good advice to
Plenty.
live by.
Have plenty of that.
So, what aspects of your current projects are most exciting to you creatively?
You go first.
I always have to go first.
Yeah.
I'm trying to let ladies first. So we've got a film that's about to come out any day. That was a real sort of, again, just like trying to put ourselves out there and, take risk on people that we don't know very well. And I'm pretty excited about, what we've got, and that's about to come out, so I'm very excited about that. Through that project, we met some other people and
Say the name of the movie.
The Darkness Returns.
Yes.
The Darkness Returns. Shot it. Man, it's been over 2 years now. So
In
it
LA, like fancy
It definitely.
actors. Oh.
Yeah. So that's good, but we're trying to get more stuff here in St. Augustine, and we're trying to get some more films shot here. And I mean, this is obviously such a great town, and like, why aren't we doing more of that here? So I'm very excited about that. And then we already talked about Next to Normal. I can't think about anything else other than that. We really, there's just so much that we want to do. And the fact that we're just kind of being able to spread our wings and do something just completely new is very, very exciting for me. So
Next to Normal.
I'll
Yeah.
talk more about Next to Normal.
do it.
Oh, go ahead.
Because it's about mental health, and it's such a touching story, and it's so emotional and raw. Just like singing through any of those songs in the car, I'm just like breaking down crying. I'm like, I swear, when there's an audience, I hope that I can at least get through it,
Right.
But yeah, just opening yourself up to the emotions of that and being able to connect with everybody, and also talking about the topic of mental health. And we want to get Epic involved with it. They're going to help with maybe sponsoring the show.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just kind of be able to have that conversation with everyone about mental health and it not be such a taboo.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And remind me, what is what is she diagnosed with in Next to Normal?
She's bipolar depressive with delusional episodes.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's at least 3 that can open up the
Yeah.
conversation for sure. Especially for Next to Normal, how do you prepare for a character that's kind of living in that mindset or that life experience that may or may not be different than your own?
So if I can't connect to something specifically that she's feeling, I have to think of what in my life do I feel like this about and pull from that actual emotion. But I do want to learn as much as I can about bipolar and be around people that have it and kind of
Right.
learn and watch movies and kind of,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah.
That kind of research, especially over such a impactful story and lesson, is very important. How about you? How do you prepare for, whether that's on stage or in film, for a character that might not necessarily be in the same spot or with the same mindset that you usually have?
Yeah. There would probably be people that would differ with me on this, but for me, acting is all about, I mean, just like she just said, like, you have to find something within you that you can personally relate with, right? I don't really see any other way to make it real. Or, we have this thing that we talk about sometimes. I'll go and see shows and see actors, and I'm asked what I think about it, and I'm like, well, they were doing some really good acting. And that's not really a compliment, right? Because there's a lot of people that like they're doing what maybe you think you're supposed to be doing with that, but it doesn't land because it didn't come from inside of them, right?
Correct.
So like she just said, you have to find those moments or that you can really identify with, and for me there's a whole there's some stuff in the show I can't talk too much about because I don't want to give it away, but
Absolutely.
There's a relationship between the son and the dad in Next to Normal, and the reason that it affected me so much when I first saw it was that interaction, and then thinking about my own father and the struggles that I had and his early passing and all those things, So that's what really like sucked me into the show, and then the more that I dive into it, it just gets deeper and deeper, and you have to be open though, because you can't go in with any preconceived notions either. Sometimes when you find a character, you don't know when you're going to find it, and sometimes you're worried you're never going to find it, and then you're like, oh, there it is. And I think it's just about being open and just allowing for all possibilities.
I feel like that you're doing it right when it's like you're walking in a different universe and you're living that character. If you're
Right.
standing there go, oh, what would she do right now? Like, you're not.
You're not
in
in
it.
it.
You have to
Yeah.
actually be
Yeah.
looking at those people. Like, this is the world that I'm in right now. Yeah.
Are there any challenges when it comes to either, relating to a character or elsewise, in that maybe in this film or in Next to Normal, or just like any projects that kind of really you always go back to, and that was like a learning moment for you of, if this challenge comes again, I know how to face it?
So, as far as the biggest challenge for me as an actor in general is who I'm acting with, right? It's very, very difficult to have a scene with someone. I mean, it's one thing if you're just by yourself, that's a whole different thing. But obviously theater, you're interacting with people constantly, and it's very, very difficult to really get into a character when the other person is not fully invested, or they're not giving back what you're giving, or there's lots of things that could happen. So for me, that's the hardest thing to get past sometimes, but it stretches you, because obviously it happens all the time where people are having a bad day, or maybe just your chemistry isn't great,
Right.
So learning how to push past that and do the best you can despite the circumstances that you're handed. I mean, and we work at this every time we go on stage, so.
And it's honestly a great way, the stage in general, to build teamwork skills. I mean, for sure. Like I mean, I haven't done theater in a while, but I've been on the stage before, and yes, I completely agree with your struggles when you're really trying to give it your all. All your lines, you came so prepared, and the person across from you is just ooh la la land, but not in the la la land that we need you to be in.
Right.
And
You're in other pastures.
exactly. And at a certain point, there's only so much that you can do to give what the performance is supposed to give. That's such a great outlook, for sure, of just, being able to use those challenges to your advantage of, as much as you might not be giving what I need, we can build with this together, and we can build upon that, and we can find that happy medium to where we can get this performance to where it needs to be. Has there been anything surprising that you've learned about yourself through your recent work?
That's a great question. So the role that I just played in Drowsy Chaperone is not a role that I would normally play. So it really stretched me. It was a very corny, his name's Robert, and I don't know, it's kind of a ridiculous show anyway, but normally I play more,
The bad guy.
I play a lot of bad guys. I play a lot of
did great.
villains.
I see it. You got the tattoos. He's got...
But you did great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
it was
you.
a good play.
I mean, but yeah,
was a
so
good
it's
play.
just like sometimes as an actor, that's the most exciting thing that you can do, is to go do something that you've never really done before. Maybe it's not, and I think you have the opportunity sometimes to have, some of your best experiences, because it's like, oh, I never would have thought that I could do this, or, so yeah, I was really happy with the way that whole show turned out, and yeah, it was fun.
That's great. What about you, Jessica? Anything surprising that you found through your recent work?
I found the difference in movies and stage, and I did it wrong, and I'll do it better next time. But I was throwing my voice for the stage, hello,
Yes.
and then it picks up so loudly. So in the movie when I'm talking, I'm really loud, and I'm like, oh, I can just talk like this. I don't have to throw it to the back of the theater.
Well, I mean, at least you're projecting.
Yes,
Projecting is
I
always
was-
better
I
than
was
not hearing.
projecting,
I
yes.
promise at least they can edit that in post. Not a big deal whatsoever.
I'll tell you a real quick story about that too, if we have a minute. Just
Yeah, go ahead.
about the difference. I've done some commercial stuff and stuff like that, but I'd never done a feature film. I'd never been to LA, and so I'm like, all right, I'm totally good. I've been on stage so much, it's no big deal. I don't really get stage fright anymore or anything like that. So we go in, and the first scene that we shot was around a campfire, and it's in the middle of the night, somewhere in the hills up above LA, and it's freezing cold, and there's all these people, and there's the lighting guys and the sound guys, and there's booms everywhere, and there's all this stuff. And then we go to do our scene, and there's all these, people. I mean, a lot of people there, right? And it's all ready, and then I've got one of the first lines or whatever, and they're like, all right, action, and I'm like, shit, right? I mean, this is never happened, but I kind of froze a little bit, and my brain stopped working, and then I'm the pressure, and it just got worse and worse, right? And eventually they like called a break, and our lead actor, who's been in 1,000 movies, and he's a really good friend now, and he came over and he just kind of like clapped me on the shoulders a little bit. He's like, dude, he's like, it's happened to all of us. Like, this is normal. Like,
Absolutely.
don't worry about it. Like, you know, and it just like really like put me at ease and allowed me to like get through that scene. And then the rest of the time, there were like 4 different scenes that I shot or whatever. And it wasn't an issue going on beyond that, you know, but it was like, oh, this is different, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
This is different.
But also that night, so we had been filming since like 5 p.m. or something. And then
Long day,
it's
yeah.
like 3 a.m. I still haven't done my scene yet. And it's so cold, you can see your breath. And I'm wearing barely
Basically
anything.
nothing,
And
yeah.
I'm shivering. And I'm wearing bare feet. And so I'm so nervous because it's my first moment I've ever been filmed in a movie before. And we go to shoot, and I've been preparing for months of my scene. And then the director goes, okay, so we don't have time. We're going to merge these 2 scenes together. Now you're going to do this on the spot. Go. Just like had to improv
Yeah.
my first scene ever in there.
And you made it.
It was
Yeah,
fine. Like one
absolutely.
side, I just pretended that the audience was out there, like stage, and that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so, I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, you know, stage fright, but it's film fright.
Yeah, exactly.
In this case, but I'm glad that you had someone that, you know, could bring you back and be like,
Yeah.
dude, it's not that big of a deal.
I'll never forget it. Yeah. I mean, I can't express like how nervous I was. And you know how it is, like then you start like questioning and getting into your head and you're like, oh my God, I suck. And why can't I remember this? And it just like snowballs, you know?
Yeah.
So you got like,
Oh,
yeah,
too many times.
it was fun. Yeah.
So, how do you balance taking creative risk with your responsibility of portraying someone authentically, whether that's on stage or in film, or if you're directing and wanting to get that message across through someone else?
That's an excellent question. There have definitely been times when I've taken some liberties, and then, you know, I guess you have to trust the director, right? I mean, like, someone needs to have final say, right? And there's times when you maybe take something a little too far and you try something, and if they come back to you and say, hey, maybe bring it back a little bit, you know, you need to trust that person, because if you don't, right, and then there's also cases where they're trying to control you too much, you know, and if they have an idea of what they want the character and it doesn't match your idea, sometimes you can you know, cooperate or, you know, come back to where they are. And then sometimes, you know, I've known people that are also like, well, this isn't a really good fit, right? So I think the director, you have to trust them, but sometimes you need to take risks, you know,
for sure.
and see how it goes. You know, some of the most magical moments come when you know, do something that there's been times when I've been on stage and I've tried stuff and like I'm like, oh, where the hell did that come from? You know? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
But it is risky, you know. I mean, like I've changed notes in musicals before without really. I'm like, oh, you know, like I kind of surprised myself. And I'm like, I think that went pretty good. I don't know. We'll see.
So with these upcoming projects that you guys have, what kind of doors are you hoping that it opens for both of you as individuals, together, as a, you know, I mean, honestly, as a business front, for real. You guys are one beautiful team together, honestly, and I love that you guys work together. Yeah, so what are you hoping this kind of brings for you in this maybe new or existing chapter that you're in?
Well, I'm excited about the movies because I never really thought of that. You know, it's always been stage and performing on stage and singing. And so, yeah, the movie thing is new. So that's really a cool, you know, branch to go off, something that unexpected that you never thought that you would do. So, yeah, I'm excited about the movies, and I'm excited about the Limelight having a more professional track where they're paying their actors. Yeah, because then you get more people from different towns coming in, and it just, the talent level goes up and up and up, and so does the theater. And we're very invested in making the Limelight the best that it can be.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you, Jimmy?
Yeah, so with Next to Normal and the fact that this is kind of like a brand new thing for us, it's opened my mind to, you know, I never really like saw myself as a producer, but obviously for this project, it's not all on us, but you know, the majority of the pressure is. I'm confident that we're going to knock it out of the park, and it's opened my mind to the possibilities of, you know, other shows that we could produce. And you know, I've spent a lot of time doing what other people want to do, you know, and other, you know, there's a show, I'll audition for it, but why do we have to do that, right?
Right.
Why not
Absolutely.
do your own thing and find new avenues, you know, to be your authentic self and do some new stuff, you know.
Be a St. Augustine creative.
That's right.
That's the title of the
That's
show.
That's it.
Yeah, no. So I wanted to go back to something you mentioned before, which is in the process. I had a director hand me a script one time, and he said, "Read it through." So I read it through. He says, "Okay, do you feel anything about what's going on on that page?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I see the main character's having a very emotional struggle at this point." He said, "Start changing the names in the script." I said, "What do you mean?" "Put your daughter's name here. Put your mom's name here.
Yeah.
Rename the characters that are around you."
Mm-hmm.
He did that, and I was almost bawling. I couldn't get through it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now it means something to you. Now it means something.
That's why I'm crying so much when I'm singing the songs, because I'm thinking about my kid and my husband, and like
Yeah.
when you put yourself in it, that's what. Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, I do know that Ray has some rapid fire.
Yeah, I love these games. I mean, they're lighthearted, but
It's going to be great right until the time that I freeze again.
And cue.
So and pass.
So it's very simple. I'll say a word, and then you get to play too.
Oh, okay. I'll play. I'm at the table.
So usually you just say one word, and whatever is the first word that comes to mind that elicits, you know, and we leave the audience with that so that they can figure out, whoa, I wonder why she said that. I wonder why he said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Got it.
very first word, home.
Who's going first? I go first?
I'm gonna go
Now you got to redo it. You're supposed to do it in the moment, Jimmy.
home,
Heart.
home,
Oh, I got the same word. House. It's bad. Sorry.
Mom.
grandma. Let's see. Failure.
Fear.
Sadness.
Resistance.
Results. Art.
Did you say heart?
Art.
Art. Life.
Beauty.
Final.
Whoa. What is that one?
I have no clue.
Talk about it means something to you. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna a hard one here. Let's go the other way around.
Okay.
Legacy.
Legacy. Ooh. Persistence.
Children.
Destiny.
Ooh, I like that.
Mortality.
I like that too.
Let's see. So if I was to ask you, like, let's say, intuition.
I can't say the same word, right? Because okay, intuition. Real.
Heart.
Truth.
Mom.
Dad.
Mom. Well, do you have any words that you would like to throw out? We should all get turns. That way it makes
We
sense.
should all get turns.
There we go.
How about? Did you say truth?
No.
Truth.
Now.
Universal.
I am.
I am. You are truth.
The I am inside of you. The I am.
Oh, I see. Oh, I like that. Sorry, I just saw this word on the paper and I was like, I'll just do that.
Did you do your truth?
Oh, my truth.
Yeah.
Me.
There you go.
Me.
Jessica, your turn.
Do I do a word?
Yeah, you give us
Okay.
a word.
All right, let me think. Love.
Everyone.
Everything.
Every time.
Wonderful.
Okay, Jimmy,
Now, Jimmy's
give
gonna
us a
give us
good strong one to end off.
Yes.
Shoot. Okay. Universe.
Mind.
Human.
Out there.
So we would like to thank all of our guests this evening.
Thank you
And
so
Asian
much,
City
Jimmy and
Creatives.
Jessica.
Thank you.
This has been a wonderful launch. This is our launch.
This is like the first one?
Absolutely.
At least
Oh,
for
yeah.
Ancient City Creatives.
Okay.
Our first
Obviously.
creatives
Yeah,
coming in.
There you
Feel
go.
so honored.
And we will make sure to put on, our socials and whatnot, your film, and of course, Next to Normal. I know so many of our listeners will want to go check that out and see y'all up on the stage
Absolutely.
and
So
on the
awesome.
screen as well. Of
Yeah.
course, Ray and I too. We'll be there. But thank you guys so much for coming in. We had an amazing conversation. Love hearing about your story, how your origins, your beliefs, how you got to the place that you wanted to be, how you guys got together, and of course, where that's going to take you for now and in the future. So thank you guys so
Excellent.
much.
Thank
you.
you.